Hey, welcome to the LM Model Lifestyle. I'm Nikita.
Hey guys, I'm Daniel, and in this video we're gonna show you how to do male model poses with suits. So let's not waste any more time, let's start.
I have a dream, that's all I need. I'll make it happen with some work and belief. Know what I want, so I'll take it on. I've made mistakes, but mistakes make you strong.
Hey guys, welcome back. So after you watch this video, please remember to go and have a look at Daniel's other video where he explains how to do a photo shoot for beginners, because that video gives you the basics of how to pose, how to use your angles and certain different ways for the camera.
Yeah, that's the basics, and it's called the male model poses for beginners. So in this video we're gonna focus just on the suit itself. So the first thing that you really need to know, it's more about the feeling than it is about the poses. All right, so you can do the poses all you want, you know, it's gonna look really weird if the whole feeling is not there, right?
Yep. So it is also important to remember that when you do a photo shoot like this for suits, there are either one of two ways that the client would want you to pose. First would be in a very elegant and very confident way.
Yeah.
Right? To showcase the suit, especially if it's something elegant like this. But then the other way that they would maybe want you to pose is a more relaxed feeling. That's usually the suits that you wear with some nice sneakers, where you also don't wear a tie. So it depends on what the client wants and what the brief is of the job. Right, Daniel?
Yeah, so mostly the clients want you to have an elegant, gentleman, but strong and confident kind of look. So that's what you have to give them. And to do that, you give them 45 degrees to the left, to the camera, and to the right, and you give them these angles where you stand up straight, no slouchy kind of. You see how this looks? It just looks like ugh.
Yeah.
So you stand up straight. Now then, with the poses, there's a few things that you can do. If you don't know what to do with your hands, put one hand in the pocket, all right? The other one, you can put it here inside your jacket, like it's like you're taking out your phone or something. Or you can check your watch a little bit, or you just look around a little bit. Look to the left, look down, look up. All these kind of poses come and play together, but what you have to try and focus on is you have to be the person that is in that suit. So imagine that you're at the office or you're at an event. Yeah.
And another thing that's also good is if the photographer maybe doesn't have any props or something with them, you can also use your own initiative to think of something. For example, what does look good on a very professional, confident businessman? It is like something like a briefcase or a cup of coffee, those takeaway cups, a newspaper. So if the photographer doesn't have something like that, or the client, maybe ask them, listen, do you have a magazine or do you have a newspaper? Because that also gives that little bit more of the effect of the businessman look. Confident,
Yeah, especially if you're doing a test shoot. But if you're gonna work for the client,
Yes.
then they're gonna have their own ideas already in place. So you just go and you do the photo shoot. But apart from that, there's three things that you need to remember as well, and that is the distance that a photographer is away from the model, right? Sorry, go on.
They usually shoot three different ways. They shoot the full body, which is usually in landscape and might also be sometimes in portrait. Then they usually shoot half body, which is a little bit zoomed in more. And then they also shoot up close because they want to get the detail of the things like the collar or the shirts. And then with the full body, they want to get a little bit more. The pants, how they look, the shoes, etc. So always remember, when the photographer is standing a little bit further away, they are usually shooting full body, okay? When they're a little bit closer, or when you see them do their hands like this, you know, okay, they're zooming in a little bit more.
Yeah, and then if they do zoom in a lot, then your expression's very, very, very important.
Very important.
If it's far away, then your whole body, all the movements is important. Now some models, when they start, they struggle because now they think of their hands, so they forget about the positions of their feet, or you know. So with experience you will get there. So I'm going to show you a few examples of walking so you can just see how that's done. So sometimes you walk straight to the camera, or you walk straight 45 degrees left or 45 degrees to the right. Now, for me as an experienced model, there's something else I do. So I start in one direction, but I kind of walk in a kind of, how do you call it, like an arch as well, because that just makes it more interesting and more real as well. And while you're walking, don't just look at the camera all the time. Look left, look right, look down, make it more interesting. The more variety you can give to the client, the better model you will be.
Okay guys, and also remember that when you do the walking poses, always have the leg that is the closest to the camera, that leg needs to be straight.
Yes.
Right, Daniel? And the other one bent.
Yes, the other one bent. Yes. If the photographer shoots a little bit closer, so it's half length, and she gets the top of your legs in the shot, then you can turn your legs around, because then it looks a little bit more interesting and it gives it that feeling of more movement. But apart from that, the best poses are actually the poses that you're not posing at all, where you're just standing and looking somewhere, or walking and looking somewhere. Those shots are the natural, nice shots. The posing shots, yes,
you can see they're very static and very So what you need to do is basically have your suit on. It's actually so cool that I've got mine on today. And just do the normal stand and relaxed poses that you would when you're in a normal situation. Have your collar and make it flowy moves. Don't move fast, too fast. And just move with the clothes itself. Feel the collar, things like that.
Yeah, exactly. Alright, and sometimes just forget about the camera. Don't even think about it, because then you look really natural. The days where you do these kind of poses and you just focus on doing the pose so good, looking unnatural, those days are gone. Alright, you get it, right? Alright, so those poses you do not want to do. Just think naturally, walk naturally, walk naturally, look around naturally, right?
And when you tend to put your arms or your hands in your pockets, a lot of the guys that I've seen before, they put the hand in the pocket and then it crinkles, it crinkles up the jacket. Right?
It messes it up a little bit, so it doesn't look good.
In the video that we did, you'll see that sometimes Daniel puts his hand in his pocket and then he looks at the jacket and he straightens the jacket. So that's very important too. If the cameraman and the client sees that you do things like that, it also counts as brownie points towards your professionalism, because they can see that you know what you're doing.
Yeah, 100%.
Yes.
It's a lot of models forget it's not just about you. The photo shoot is about the clothes you're wearing or the product you're selling. So you have to present that in the best way, right?
Yes. Test shoots are for the model. That is where the model needs to look good. But when you do a job, the job is all about the product. Remember that.
Yeah. Now when it comes to expression, you have to imagine that you're that person. So imagine you're walking into a business meeting right now. You have that confident kind of look. Sometimes they want you to be more friendly, more smile, more inviting. So then you think about things that make you happy. For me, sometimes I think about my wife. Yes, she's the photographer and she's also my wife, so it's like double points for me. Anyway, you get what I'm saying. So imagine that role. It's a little bit more like acting.
And an important tip that I can give you guys, if there's specifically photographers watching, is remember to shoot from a little bit of a lower angle when you shoot suits, because the lower angle gives a more majestic look to the model as well as the clothes. broader shoulders, slimmer hips and slimmer legs. It looks very nice.
Alright guys, that's it for this video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video. Cheers!
Bye!